Hello everyone, welcome to another math online lesson. Today's topic is add and subtract polynomials. Now, how do we add and subtract polynomials? Adding and subtracting polynomials is simply adding like terms. Like terms meaning both terms have the same variables and the same exponents. And then when adding also polynomials with like terms, we only need to add or subtract the numerical coefficients. Now let's have an example on how to add and subtract polynomials. Now see if you simplify this one. In this case, the given polynomial is not in order. So let's try to simplify this given expression. Now first, if the format is in this manner, we need to combine like terms. Okay, so first we need to find which term are the same. So in this case, negative 6s does not have any similar term here. St is the same as this one, so we can combine this one and this one, right? T does not have any similar term and also our constant h, so we can only just combine these two terms. So positive 5 and positive 5, again, when adding and subtracting like terms, we only need to add the numerical coefficient and then just copy the variables. Okay, so 5 plus 5 gives us 10. Then copy the variable st. Then since this one does not have any similar term, we'll just bring that down here, negative 6s. So what's the sign for this one? Since 5 and 5 are positive, so we need just to copy the sign of the two integers. Then bring down this one here, minus 70, and last is the constant minus 8. Or we can just rearrange this one so that the first term is positive. So let's go ahead and rearrange the terms here. I'll start with this one. Since 10 is positive, so the positive sign becomes invincible or imaginary. And then I'll proceed to this one, 6s. I'm just following the alphabetical order of the variable. S comes first with T. Make sure that the sign of each term is not changed when you rearrange that one. 10 is positive, 6s is negative, 70 is negative, so as the constant 8. So this is our answer. Next, we have here, we have 7 minus 2n minus 2v minus 2v plus 10n. Again, we need to combine like terms. So in this manner, I can combine negative 2v and negative 2v. So here we have two negative integers. So if we have two like sign, all we need to do is to add the two integers and copy the sign of the two integers. So you have negative 2 and negative 2 will gives us negative 4. And then copy the variable. Because in adding and subtracting, we only need to add or subtract the numerical coefficient. Now we can also combine n and n here. So I have negative 2n and positive 10. So I have negative and positive, so we need to subtract and then copy the sign of the biggest number. So I have 10 minus 2, which is 8, and then copy the variable. The sign of this one is positive because 10 is bigger than 2 and 10 is positive. And since 7 does not have any um, similar term here, so I'll just copy 7 later on. So arranging this one following the alphabetical order of the variables, so n will go first. So our answer will be 8n, that is positive 8n, minus 4v, 7, the sign of 7 is also positive. So this is our answer. It's easy, right? So all you need to do is to combine like terms and then follow the rules on the operations of integers. Let's have another example. Now in this case, this is easy to add or subtract because each term has already been aligned with respect to similar or like terms. So it's easy to add or subtract. Now I have here 2x squared plus 2y cubed minus 6xy plus 2x squared plus 5y cubed plus 12xy. So all the like terms are aligned with each other. So we can just add this one directly starting here. Again, all we need to do is to add the numerical coefficient and copy the variable. So 2 plus 2, that's 4. Copy the variable, that's x squared. All positive, so again, that's positive. So 2 plus 5, that's 7. Copy the variable, that's y cubed. So we have here a negative and a positive, so we need to subtract. Now the sign of the biggest number is positive, so let's go ahead and write the positive result here. So 12 minus 6 is 6. Then copy the variable. Now let's rearrange this one according to the degree of the exponent. The highest degree should come first. So we have here 7y cubed. This is positive, so we have plus 4x squared plus 6xy. There. That's our answer. It's easy, right? Again, if the terms are already been aligned with the like terms, so all you need to do is to add the numerical coefficient, follow the rule of integers, and just copy the variable. Another example here. So you have 3x squared plus 9x minus 12 plus 11x squared plus 2x plus 9 plus 17x squared plus 3x minus 4. Again, all the like terms are aligned with each other, so all we need to do is to add directly because the operation is addition. So here you have 3 plus 11, that's 14, plus 17. So 14 plus 17, you have 31. Copy the variable x squared. Now here, so let's do this one at a time. Let's process this one first because we have positive and negative, right? So positive and negative, it means subtraction. Now the sign of the biggest number is the sign of the biggest number, which is 9, is positive. Then add subtracting this one will result to positive. Okay, so you have 9 minus 2 is 7, positive 7. So you have positive 7, okay, as the result when adding positive 9 and negative 2. Then next here, positive 7 and positive 3 both have the same sign, so the result should be positive here, our final result. 7 plus 3, that's 10. Then copy the variable x. Next, again, we have unlike signs here. Okay, so you have here, let's process this one by one. negative 12 and positive 9. 12 is bigger than 9 and the sign of 12 is negative, so our partial result would give us a negative answer. So 12 minus 9 is 3. So you have a negative 3 and a negative 4. So we have two like sign, both negative, so the result would be a negative. 3 plus 7, plus 4 is equal to 7. And this time, this is already arranged in order, where our first term is the highest degree, followed by the next degree, which is 1, and then the constant. So this will be our final answer. Now, what if the operation is subtraction? In this case, we need to follow the rule of integers, wherein it says that when it comes to subtraction, you need to change the sign of the subtrahend before you proceed to addition, the law of addition. Now, let's go ahead and follow the rule of integers first. Okay? But first, let's check if each term is aligned with each other. This one is the same term, the same term, and the same term. So we can just process this one directly after we change the sign of the subtrahend. Again, take note, if the operation here is subtraction, we need to change the sign here. Now, the first term, 2a squared, is positive, so let's make this one as negative. This one is positive, this becomes negative also. This one is positive, this one becomes negative also. Okay, so not only the first term, the entire sign here in your subtrahend will change if the operation is subtraction. Now, after changing this one, let's proceed to the law of addition. Okay, so again, since that is addition, we have here positive and negative. So if it's positive and negative, subtract, right? So the sign of the biggest number, which is 12, is positive, then it will give us a positive result, right? So you have 12 minus 2, that is 10. Copy the variable a squared. Now here, again, we have positive and negative. The sign of the biggest number is negative now because that is already changed. So the result here should be a negative answer. 15 minus 2, that is 13. B cubed. Just copy the variable. Next here, we have a negative and a negative. So like sign, add. And then copy the sign of the two integer, which is negative. 12 plus 6, that is 18. Copy the variable. Then the next step, we need to arrange this one according to the highest integer. Or we can just stop here because this one is already been in the alphabetical order. So this will be our answer. Rearranging this one based on the um, highest degree will not change. You can also write that one as negative 13 b raised to the power 3 plus, since this one is positive, so that's plus 10 a squared minus 18 ab. It's the same answer. Make sure that when you rearrange the terms, the sign will not change. Okay, another example here. Again, this is subtraction. The first operation is subtraction, so we need to change all the sign on the subtrahend. Okay, so this one is positive, this becomes negative. This one is positive, this becomes negative. Positive becomes negative. And then after changing the sign here, proceed to the law of addition. Now here we have positive and negative. It means we need to subtract and then copy the sign of the biggest number. 12 is bigger than 2 and the sign of 12 is positive, so the result here should be positive, right? So 12 minus 2, that's 10. Copy the variable, n squared. Again here, positive and negative. So it's subtraction. We need to subtract. The sign of the biggest number, which is 12, is positive, so the result is positive also. 12 minus 5 is 7. M cubed. Next, we have here a negative and a negative. So you need to add because they have like signs. And then copy the sign of the two integers, which is negative. 16 plus 2 is 18 m n. Rearranging this one, following the degree of the exponent. So you have 7 m cubed. This is positive, so you have plus 10 n squared minus 18 m n. That's it. So it's easy to add and subtract if the terms are already been aligned based on their similarity. Just make sure if the operation is subtraction, do not forget to change all the sign on the subtrahend side before you proceed to the law of addition. Now, what if the format is in this manner? Now, if the format is on this manner, you need to rearrange this one or to rewrite this one following our previous example. Okay? So that adding and subtracting would be much easier. So here, 2x plus 4 plus 2x plus 6. So rearranging this one gives you 2x plus 4. Or not rearranging, I mean rewriting this one. Then plus, write the plus sign here. Make sure that the like terms are aligned with each other. 2x should be aligned here. Constant should be aligned here. Then let's add. So we have here 2x plus 2x, positive and positive. So the result is positive. 2 plus 2 is 4. Copy the variable. Positive and positive, the result is positive. 4 plus 6, that is 10. This would be our answer. Now, if, again, the format is in this manner and it's subtraction, so how do we rewrite this one? So rewriting this one, again, let's follow this format. So you have here 5x squared plus 4x minus, okay, make sure that each term is aligned. Okay, that is minus. This one should be aligned here. 2x minus 3x. There. Then follow the rule of subtraction. Change the sign of the subtrahend. This one is positive, that becomes negative. This becomes positive. Okay? Now process only those that is aligned with each other. Okay, so this one, bring it down first. So that's 5x squared. Okay, positive and negative. So we are now following the rule of addition after changing the sign. Positive and negative, that is subtraction, and then copy the sign of the biggest number. 4 is the biggest number and the sign is positive, so write the positive first here. 4 minus 2, that is 2. Copy the variable, and then bring down this one using the new sign. Okay, plus 3x. Now, what have you noticed here? Okay, this one and this one are similar terms. So we can combine this one, right? So 2 plus 3, both are positive, so that's addition. 2 plus 3 is 5. Copy the variable, that is 5x. Therefore, our final answer would be 5x squared plus 5x. Okay, so I hope you learned something today and see you in my next online lesson.